I said, hey yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Mojados, and we're back with another video. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be talking about the gold chart, the XRP chart, and the Tesla chart. We're going to be comparing all three of the charts, how they're related, and how they're actually all in three different phases, and drawing some insight, guys. This video is going to be talking about consolidation and expansion because they're all related. And guys, for every force, there is an equal and opposite force, and I'm going to be showing you guys that in this video and when it comes to TA. So let's just jump right into this chart, right? Gold is an absolute tear, okay? And if you guys have been following me on X here, links in the bio if you guys are interested to follow. But I made a thread here on gold all the way back in 2021. You know, gold was getting mocked at the time. If you guys are following on X or on Twitter, there's a lot of like Bitcoin and gold fights that always happen about, like, you know, gold being better, gold is this, blah, blah, blah. It's all a bunch of garbage. And, you know, I even tweet the gold bug, Peter Schiff, and say, hey, the 10-year performance is down, but the chart is monstrous, right? This is, again, 3 years ago, I tweeted this out, and every single month just come along here, and I'm just adding to the thread all the way down to the bottom here until recently on April 9th, just basically saying this is a massive consolidation holding above the 6-month demand zone, which I'm not going to talk about demand zones here, but again, it's just a level that is very critical to hold, which it did. And then you saw a massive breakout. And again, this was bound to happen. This is why I said the chart is monstrous, because of massive consolidation, right? And guys, you can't consolidate for 2,000 days and not expect some sort of explosion, right? Basically, guys, you know, when you look at these charts, right, and you see any sort of consolidation, right, whether it's, you know, this kind of consolidation, like you guys can look down all the way from like this range low. It's just holding here, going sideways, just taking this level, right, going sideways here for basically 2,000 days. But like after going sideways for 2,000 days, right, there has to be some sort of explosion. It could be to the downside, right? I'm not saying it has to go up. It could be to the downside, but you know, when you take this and you look a step closer, these ranges, they have a mid-level, right? And usually the mid-level is the support area, and you can see that very clearly here. This is your support level because, again, it has the most taps on the whole entire range from the highs and the lows. And when it breaks above that, you can clearly see that the new level of support actually becomes somewhere up here, right? And that's where the most taps come in next, right? You can see literally at this level, it flips and turns into a support. Yes, there is a deviation here, but ultimately that is, you know, something that you can definitely take a look at. But guess what? It breaks right above, and then guess what? The new support is actually right here, which you can very clearly see a reclaim of the previous all-time highs, breaking out and going above. And so when we look at this chart right now, what you see clearly is massive volume, which is kind of a giveaway. And you're also seeing a gradual speedy trend, which is a confirmed breakout on this gold chart, right? So guys, you know, this might sound crazy, right? But, you know, I'm going to say it anyways. Gold can probably go to 4,000, 4,500 because it's consolidated for so long, right? You can't go down for this long and not have a massive explosion that is equal to the downside or the consolidation, because again, think of it like a pressure cooker, right? That's the best analogy I can share with you guys. A pressure cooker can only like go on for so long before that thing just, that pan or that pot just explodes, right? You cannot stop it. It's pressure building up, right? So this is basically gold, basically consolidating here for 3,200 days. And realistically, you can pulse even all the way to the side here. That might be an exaggeration, but the breakout really does happen after 4,000 days, right? Like, that's insane. Like, look at the level of patience these people had, like just waiting for this to just consolidate for so long. You're talking about 13 years ago before a breakout to new all-time highs that is just going to continue ripping here, right? Like, this is vertical. What this means to me, and, you know, for people who are just looking at this, is like, this is going to go much higher. You see vertical candles. You can see how big these candles are. This is not stopping anytime soon. Every pullback is for buying. And I'm very positive that this is going to probably uptrend for maybe 1 or 2 years, right? Like, including back here from October 2023. So we'll see how long. But this is like a multi-year trend that's going to probably continue to the upside. And I don't see this slowing down anytime soon. So that's the actual gold chart. And now let's pivot to Tesla, right? So this is actually funny, right? Because again, I added some other components here, but let's just focus here on the consolidation part, right? Because again, we do know that gold, obviously, before it went and corrected at 1900, there was obviously a phase where it expanded. So, of course, you have your expansionary phases, you have your correctionary phases, and then again, you have your expansionary phases, like any market. And right now, for Tesla here, this is basically what gold is going to do. Now, they're not going to follow the exact same pattern, or else everyone in the world would be rich, because we'll just be waiting for the same exact thing. Things play out differently, but they are very, very like common in terms of structure. And if I were to just break it down for you, it would be as simple as saying there is going to be the highs, the low that is taken. You have your range bound period, which again just means that you chop in between a high and a low, which is your range. You can draw this in many ways, but ideally speaking, you want to grab the extreme high, extreme lows. And again, this level is very clearly a deviation, because it just doesn't last here for long, right? That's usually what a deviation looks like. It's usually some sort of wick. And if you were to look at this on the 6 month, I mean, it's very clear that that is the actual range low, because as soon as it hits that bottom, it quickly reverses out of there, right? And it becomes a support. So, that's pretty much what you can conclude by looking at this chart. And the same logic was applied to Tesla here. Basically, just drawing a overall box here and identifying the main level of support and resistance, which is this green level, right? And again, the way that we know this is the main level for support and resistance, because when price is trading below it, it is a resistance. Very clearly here, you can count 5 taps before it broke above, and then guess what? Turned into a support, right? And then obviously, it wasn't able to hold, breaks down. Again, this is the level that we're watching because it is a resistance, and then finally breaks above it, right? So again, you break above it, and then you still get that retest. So even if you miss it, again, this is like getting a little too far into the weeds here. Idea is still the same. Like, you still broke above it, you still retested that range high, and that's perfectly fine. But this is the main level for this consolidation, and this also did consolidate, guys. Tesla itself consolidated for 2,000 plus days, right? So Tesla also consolidated, and this is kind of the main idea, guys, is that if you cannot consolidate for this long without seeing some sort of explosion, just to see Tesla do a 41x off of the lows, right? This is incredible stuff. A 41x off the goddamn lows. That's insane, right? Like, this is what you want to see across the board. And it's just very clear to me that, listen, you can't consolidate for this long, get above a crucial support level, right? This is clearly a pivotal level that we can clearly backtest and see, to only break out and obviously have that equal and opposite force that plays out in this type of consolidation leading into expansion, which basically is going to be what gold looks like, right? Gold is basically right now breaking out the same way how we saw Tesla break out. We may even get a retest like we saw over here, which actually did happen at this level. But who knows? We may even be lucky enough to see a retest at this level, right? Because again, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 taps. So who knows? A quick spin-a-rooney like that, the same way how we saw for Tesla. And again, I mean, don't bank on that, guys, because like I said, these charts are not going to repeat the way they usually do. But these are all in 3 different phases, because when we look at XRP, guys, guess what? This is the final piece right now, because this is before the breakout. This is before the breakout. This is XRP consolidating for 2,300, or actually 2,300 days, right? Give or take 2,300 days. Gold is after seeing the breakout of the range. It starts breaking out and running up. And Tesla is your end result, guys. After seeing what happens when you consolidate for so long, this is the result. Because XRP is trading above a support level. It has been consolidating for 2,000 plus goddamn days. And it's only going to be a matter of time when this shit finally goes and breaks out to the upside, because the pressure is only being built up. The pressure, I don't know what is going to cause it. But guys, like, I'm not even looking at the tickers, guys. Take away the tickers. Take away XRP. Take away everything. Gold, Tesla. Take it all away. This is a recipe for a bombshell, right? And like I said, these bombs can go in either direction. But the fact that we're trading above green, which is clearly, right? Clearly like the main level, because you can see it has the most taps on the chart, the most taps as a support or resistance. When we look at the high time frame charts, when we look at all these levels, it is very obvious that green is the main pivotal level, like we've seen for Tesla, this being the main level before the breakout, like we've seen for gold at this level here in the range before seeing a breakout. They're all not going to look the same, right? Because it's not going to be that simple, because everybody would be rich if that was the case. But guess what? They're all in different phases of the market. I'm going to get rid of all of the drawings so you guys can see what it looks like before everything takes place, guys, because a lot of people are spreading so much like garbage, and there's so much like trash out there, guys, and I don't mean to be that guy, right? Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but you can't ignore certain things. You can't ignore, and guys, this is the most basic shit you can learn, guys. I'm not even giving you guys anything revolutionary. I'm just giving you 3 charts that have consolidated for 2,000 plus days, right? XRP being the one that has not broken out yet. Gold being the one that just broke out of its all-time highs, guys, after being basically in the gutter for 2,000, 3,000 days before seeing a massive breakout. And then Tesla being your end result after consolidating for so damn long, this massive breakout that goes into a multi-year run that we're going to see for gold, and we're most likely, in my opinion, going to see for XRP. It is going to be crazy. I've gave you guys just now 3 different examples, 3 different phases, 3 different charts that all look very, very similar in terms of consolidation and in terms of holding and looking for the little hints of whether or not it breaks out. And guys, it's very obvious to me that the fact that we're holding above certain areas, these little hints, these little green boxes that I draw on, these support levels, and how critical they can be for these charts, to me, it's very obvious, guys. To me, I think it's going to definitely have a massive breakout. And ironically enough, the SEC sued Ripple, which Tesla was also sued, which is, again, ironic. And we're finally seeing that breakout for gold here. And I definitely believe sooner or later, I don't know what it's going to be, XRP is going to see a massive breakout. Again, I don't know what it's going to be, but man, I would not be selling at this level, because this is probably the worst time to be getting rid of your XRP. And guys, with that, this is my rant. But guess what? I mean, if you made this far in the video, I appreciate it. And I got, guys, if you're holding XRP, definitely keep that strong conviction. And I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, because this can consolidate for a little bit longer, but not that much longer, because again, XRP itself is actually sitting in a triangle here. It's reaching an apex, which is another issue that kind of confirms it can't keep going sideways here, because the volatility is shrinking, right? Like the base of the triangle is this big, and then you can see that it's like squeezing, right? Like slowly going into like a corner where it has to make a decision. It's reaching an apex. You cannot go sideways any longer. And again, that's another thing here for the XRP chart that has it going for itself. And again, the fact that we're trading above green is just a telltale giveaway that we're probably going to see a massive breakout. And I hope it is going to be to the upside, because it is going to be historic, being that like how much XRP has been through in terms of the corruption, the FUD, the garbage, the hate, like it's just endless shit. And I cannot wait to see this finally all break out. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are, right? Do you think it's complete garbage? I listen, if you think it is what it is, right? I'll take it for what it is. But guys, gold, this is your phase 2 of breaking out. Tesla, phase 3, basically post breakout, starting to correct. And then of course, phase 1, where nobody sees the actual breakout before it happens. It's so fucking obvious to me. You guys are not paying attention. Guys, phase 1, XRP before the breakout, right? Phase 2, gold seeing the breakout after breaking range highs, right? Previous all-time highs broken. And then Tesla, this is your phase 3 of the breakout, seeing it, hit all the way to wherever the fuck, right? Because you're seeing a multi-year breakout and then correcting, right? This is very obvious. Most people don't see it. I'm here to share it. This is what it is. Appreciate you guys making it to the end, and like and sub if you have not already if you like this kind of stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.